it's important when you are supported by someone. When I boxed, Wladimir was always near the ring and supported me. And this time, I will also be with my brother during his fight with Joshua in London. Of course, he has a wonderful team, but nevertheless, the moral support for my brother is very important. I am confident that victory will be ours. These are two Olympic champions. Joshua has not lost a single bout yet. He even knocked out all his rivals. He is younger than Wladimir by 12 years, but I know that Wladimir will do everything in order to win this fight. I know my brother like nobody else, and I can say with confidence that such technique and experience as Wladimir possesses, no other boxer has it. And besides that, he knows how much is riding on this fight. He will do everything that is necessary to win. Those are the words of Vitali Klitschko, the former WBC heavyweight world champion and brother of Wladimir Klitschko. Now, obviously, being Vladimir's brother, he's not going to come out and say Vladimir's going to lose. He's going to support him. He's going to say Vladimir's going to win. But as far as what he has said here, in terms of Vladimir's technique and his experience being enough to defeat Anthony Joshua, do you agree with that? And how do you think Vitali Klitschko, at the end of his career, would have fared against Anthony Joshua? Let's say the Vitali Klitschko who fought Manuel Charr. Do you think Anthony Joshua would have been able to beat him? I mean, it's probably not the best time to ask this question. It's probably better to ask it after the Wladimir Klitschko Anthony Joshua fight takes place. Let's say Anthony Joshua wipes Wladimir out. Then put that question to you. How would he have done against an older Vitali? There are a lot of people out there. I mean, the Hearns, that goes without saying, but there are some other people who believe that Anthony Joshua actually will go down as one of the greatest heavyweights of all time. I think it's far too early to make that type of assumption, because so many things can happen in a fighter's career. So many things can happen to a fighter outside of the ring. To be saying that a guy is going to go down as one of the greatest, you know, particularly at such an early stage of his championship level fights, then, you know, it's just way too early to say. Maybe some people see something in Joshua, but like I say, there are so many crazy things that can happen in the ring and out of the ring. It's just too early for all that. But anyway, let me know what you think about Vitali Klitschko's comments here. How good was Vitali Klitschko? Does he have a resume that is good enough to compete with the best fighters of all time? I mean, you have to look at Vladimir's resume and say overall it's actually better than Vitali's in terms of consistency, the opponents that he actually beat. I know Vitali gets a lot of credit for his performance against Lennox Lewis, but he lost that fight. He took numerous clean shots and wound up having, what, 60 or 70 stitches in his face because of the amount of cuts that he sustained from Lewis's punches in that fight. Yeah, he fought very well. He may have been ahead on the cards at the time of the stoppage, but he was getting lit up. He was getting hit with heavy shots and his face was busting up badly. So at the end of the day, he lost, and he lost legitimately. He didn't lose because of a headbutt or anything like that. He lost because of multiple cuts in his face from being punched. So although that was a great performance from Vitali against an aging and overweight Lennox Lewis, other than that, who did Vitali really beat? The Klitschko era was not exactly replete with high-level contenders. Vitali gets a lot of credit because he was very tough, as well as being an awkward boxer and a good boxer. Unlike Wladimir, he had a reputation for having a very strong chin. So it's a shame that Vitali wasn't around kind of towards the end of the Wladimir era, because we might have seen Vitali in there with a Tyson Fury or some of these other guys. It would have been interesting. I do rate Vitali. I do think he had, you know, excellent ability, but unfortunately, he wasn't around in an era where there was too much about. So anyway, without waffling on too long, let me know what you think about everything I talked about in this video. All right, it's happening. I'm out.